Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. We are so happy that you could join us here today. As always, we're just ecstatic that you guys continue to hang out with us every Monday morning at 8:15 a.m. We are your... did somebody call us? You guys are like drive time? You guys like morning drive time? I never thought about it like that. I'm like, yeah, what's right? We're your morning drive time show.
And Chris and I behind the scenes were like, we made it.
We've totally made it.
We're drive time. What?
That's right. We are official drive time. So, yes, we are here again to entertain you on your Monday morning drive, commute, or, if you are catching us on demand here on YouTube, awesome. That could be anytime you want. Or, the other great thing is that we are in every podcast platform known to man at this point. So you can always check us out on the go. If this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown because you saw the title of this and you're like, I like songs about 1984. What could they possibly be talking about? Well, you are in luck because this is the show that is designed specifically for music lovers. That's right. If you love music, then you're going to love our show. And what we typically do here is Amanda and I each swap 3 songs with each other that we don't think the others heard before. And those songs are based on a theme that is chosen by spinning the Wheel of Show themes, the great and all-powerful Wheel of Show themes at the end of every single episode. We then rate those songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a dumpster fire. Wrong one.
Not the drums. The wah, wah, wah.
Drums again, no. That dumpster fire. Throw it in the sun. I don't ever want to hear it again. It's hot trash. Not to slag on anybody's artistic creations, but sometimes a bad song is just a bad song. Although art is subjective, so I know. I've been controversial. You've been controversial. That's our hot takes. Well, I don't know what to tell you. We have hot takes sometimes on music.
Hot takes. Hot garbage hot takes.
Yes, exactly. And then all the way up from 1 record, shooting to the top of the charts with 5 records, which is, that's right, heavenly music to our ears, landing on our eternity playlists. That is right. That's a 5-record song. Woo! We've given out some 5 records, man. It's great. We had 2 5-record songs last week, right? With our Stacked Record show.
Man, you know what? And listen, if you're not listening to our 2024 Spotify playlist, you are missing out because we did these 6 songs. It always goes in order. So today's shows are the top 6. And then it beautifully goes into last week's episode, which is the stacks. And really, oh my gosh, it just took me back to last Monday. It took me back to a different time. And I was like, ooh, this is so good. I mean, today's songs are great too, but man, that stack sound just feels different.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, our episode before this, if you're watching episodes in order or wherever you're listening, we did a Stax Records all Stacks Records show with our friend Dominic Lawson from the Black is America podcast, and it was a great show. We had an awesome time. Dominic was great, and he gave us 2 songs. We gave him 2. We each gave him 2 songs. So we had a nice music swap going on last week, and it was great. So if you guys missed that episode, check it out. It's up here on the feed, and absolutely that little run of 6 songs.
Oh,
definitely good. That's a good little tiny playlist.
Yep. And we enjoyed celebrating Black History Month with Dominic in that episode. And he spilled some fun tea. So if you want to go back and listen, you know where to find it.
You know what to
all
do.
The places.
You guys know what to do. Yeah. So Amanda, today's theme was chosen by the Wheel of Themes. And I guess this is a part 2 of sorts, basically, because we have done a 1984 focused show before, I think maybe 1 or 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be a really pretty popular episode, and people wanted a part 2. So hence why it was on the Wheel of Themes again. But here we are again, revisiting, getting back into our time machines for 1984. Absolutely. What are your thoughts on 1984?
I was whittle. I was Whittle Amanda. And listen, when you hear our songs, if you're new here, you're gonna be like, wait, we're the obvious 1984 songs, those hits that always were played. Well, remember, part of our rules, because we're season 4 now, we have to find ways to be creative in songs, is that we swap songs that we hopefully have not heard before with the others haven't heard before. So I'm excited about this. I love the 80s. Anyone who's a listener of the show knows that you love the
I
80s.
do.
So
I do.
anytime we can celebrate and focus on the 80s, whatever, I'm here for it. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm here every Monday at 8:15 a.m. anyway, but
You're here anyway. But we're happy to be celebrating the 80s. No, it's definitely, I mean, you and I are both kids of the 80s for sure, growing up in
Mhm.
that time period, and
Yeah.
a lot of great music. MTV was king of the airwaves, man. I lived on MTV. I know, Amanda, you didn't have an MTV experience. You were a VH1
Yep.
kind of gal,
The
which is
Patrick
okay.
household was not allowed to watch
Yeah.
MTV,
Yeah.
yet somehow VH1 was acceptable. I don't
VH1
get
was
it.
acceptable. MTV was out.
I
It
didn't make
just
the rules. I just followed them.
that's
And you
it.
know what's even crazier is I actually did follow them. It wasn't like when I was home by
Yeah.
myself, I just snuck it in. Like, no, like, oh, only VH1. I
Yeah.
was a good girl in those
You
80s.
were. You were. You were. Very good
And then in
girl.
the 90s, I'm running for cops. I mean,
And
things
that's
change.
it. Yeah, that's it. You went from good girl to running from the cops.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave Mattingly checking in, or the VP of Song Swap Showdown. VH1's
Yes.
pop-up video was a blast. Yes. I agree. I loved VH1's pop-up video. Those were great. So
Mhm.
we have got a good collection of songs here. Of
Do it.
course, I guess it was no surprise to Amanda. I gave you though. I mixed it up. I gave you
You did.
two classic metal hard rock
Mhm.
songs, and then I
Yeah,
topped
you
it off
did.
with the cherry on top. The cherry on top, the purple one
The
himself.
purple one.
I gave you a little Prince, and you went all hard. I like it. 80s country.
Mhm.
I did not know any of those songs at all. I mean, I knew who George Jones was, and I knew who Hank Williams Jr.
Sure.
is for sure. Not those songs though. So mission accomplished. I'd never heard any of the three songs that you gave me. I don't know. Did you hear any of the three songs I gave you?
No. So today is a
Wow.
6-song, no listeners.
There you
Mission
go.
accomplished. I like
Mission
it.
accomplished. All right. So who's diving in first today? Who's kicking us off this version of Song Swap Showdown, 1984 version?
You know what? Let's go ahead and start with your first song to me, if that's
Okay.
okay.
Let's go.
Because mostly I don't know how to say the artist's name. So the last in line by, is it Dio?
Dio.
Dio.
I feel like we've had this conversation before, because this is the
I'm
first time I've
pretty
given you a
positive.
Dio song.
I
Dio.
think so.
Ronnie James Dio.
Dio. No offense by not knowing how to say Dio. But
Dio.
there's Dido. There's just other things that led me to go, it doesn't always mean the obvious. So the last in line by Dio.
That's right.
This gets me into that classic bait and switch I knew was coming. It starts
Yeah.
beautiful and then it gets a little heavy, but it doesn't get crazy heavy.
Nope. I mean, this record, Last in Line, this whole record there's two back-to-back Dio records, Holy Diver, Last in Line, phenomenal records. And by the way, if you haven't had a chance to watch the Dio documentary, I highly recommend watching it. It is fascinating. The man was definitely a musical powerhouse, great guy who just loved making music, definitely had his ups and downs in his career. He was the singer of Black Sabbath at one point, was kicked out, and basically then had to start on his own solo career and really started kind of from scratch again. And that was the documentary does a really great job talking with him and his wife, and of course Dio. I can't even believe he's no longer with us. It's been feels like forever now, and I love Dio. I was always a huge Dio fan, and the music videos. Once again, we've talked about this. MTV early on, like they literally played anything. Like they were like, hey, if you got a music video for it and the song's good, it's getting on. And you could turn on MTV and be like, you could watch Dio and then an Iron Maiden video and then Michael Jackson or Prince or like Duran Duran. Like it just was all over the place. It was fantastic. I loved it. It just was like, hey, just music. And I grew up like that's how I, young version Chris discovered Dio through MTV and watching the music videos, which are outstanding, by the way, especially this video.
I'm sure it's classic 80s.
Oh, it's fantastic. You're going to love it.
We love a good classic 80s video. And what's funny is so many of those elements are really coming back into the 2020s type feel. So it's funny to see. You always say history repeats itself, fashion repeats itself.
Yeah.
So do music video.
Dave going, his name is Dio and he dances on the sand.
What is that?
Like Duran Duran, Rio, and she
Oh,
dances on us. And he's doing a
classic
doing a song
Dave.
parody. Classic Dave coming up with the song parody and goes,
Classic
Amanda,
Dave.
it's from 1983, but I think you'd really like Dio's Rainbow in the Dark.
Oh, right.
Which
That
I
down.
think we may have covered that in one of the seasons, Dave. I know we definitely did We Rock, and I think we may have done Rainbow in the Dark. I think it exists. I'll have to go back and check to go through all 4 playlists.
For years. And the thing about the Dio name is there was nothing that like helped me remember it, where your next song to me is Dokken, and you said Rockin' with Dokken. So
Rockin' with Dokken.
So the second you sent me those songs, I was like, Rockin' with Dokken. Like I knew exactly what that meant.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I was proud that I remembered. But okay, back to the Last in Line.
To Last in Line.
It's a long song.
It is. It's like 4.5 minutes though. It's not so bad.
I thought it was a 5-minute.
Let's
confirm this. Let's confirm this because
it's 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
That's it.
That's it.
It felt like eternity. I'm gonna get some hate mail for that one.
you might get some shade on this.
A lot longer than that. Are you sure?
What? That the song? It says 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Look.
I swear it just felt so much longer when I listened to it a few times.
4 minutes and 2 seconds.
I see that. Yeah. My old lady eyes do see that confirmation. Interesting. Well, let's just jump into that play button right there because I'm intrigued by. I've always wanted a bicycle with a basket.
Right. Okay.
So now I'm like, play it.
something on your list of things that you need to get done.
Yes, a bicycle with a basket.
Yeah. By the way, this video was directed and created by the very famous Don Coscarelli, who, if anybody's a fan of Phantasm series, which I am, I love it. Dan Coscarelli, great unsung independent film director. Phantasm, one of my favorite movies of all time, and I love the Phantasm series, so I love that Don Coscarelli and his style, and he did the music video, which was also a thing I learned. I didn't know that when I was a kid, but later on, I was like, holy crap, Don Coscarelli directed this video, so no, little piece of trivia there for our viewers and listeners.
Ooh. It starts so smooth.
It's great.
Oh, wow, look at that hair. Ooh, dude, a Napoleon Dynamite jump there.
Jumped.
We're a ship without a storm, a cold without the warmth.
No.
Light inside the darkness that it needs. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
We're a laugh without a tear, the hope without the fear.
Those listening, we are watching the video. Him's a baby.
Yes.
Well played. I am.
All right. Hold on. I gotta stop real quick. So where are you at? We're a minute into this, by the way. I just want to let you know. So you're saying it's a long song. We're a minute in. And this is what's going on. This kid's in the elevator, and he's going down, and there's some creature trying to drag him in.
I'll say watching the video, it makes the time go by a little faster. Yeah. But why, Chris Baglio?
Yeah.
Your elevator is now falling to the depths of hell, potentially.
Yeah.
And you decide to open the door and let in an armed creature.
I think he's trying to get out. I mean, he doesn't know there's some Cthulhu-like creature trying to get him.
But why, if your elevator is plummeting to the pits of hell, do you try to open the elevator door?
Because you're looking to get out.
No, you can't get out when it's plummeting.
You would be trying to get out. If this were you, you would be trying to get out.
Not if it's like your hands would get chopped off. I've seen too many scary movies that like heads get decapitated, arms, limbs, all these things. Like I wouldn't even dream to and Dave's coming in with
Yeah.
Stranger Things. That's the first thing I thought of. Dude.
Heavy Stranger Things vibes, which those guys were very inspired by Dan Coscarelli. So those the two filmmakers. So
Yeah.
all right, so let's keep going because I want
What
you
a
to watch
treat.
this whole video. So
What a
for everybody who's hanging out with us, just hang out with us, watch this music video with us because it's all worth watching Amanda react to something she's never seen before like this. Once again, not an MTV kid or a metal fan.
No.
Borg.
Star
Trek.
Oh, I was on like a different planet. Poor kid.
There he is.
We don't come alone. We are fire. We are stone. With a hand that writes and quickly moves away.
Oh, like playing the video game.
We'll know for the first time.
He lost and he got shocked.
If we're evil or divine, with a lasting light. Yeah. With a lasting
All right, where are you at? I gotta check in with you because you seem like captivated. You're following the storyline. Like I could see it. I see what's going on in your head.
I'm captivated. And listen, who hasn't lost playing Nintendo or something and felt like they were shocked? So I could understand, even if I wasn't chained to it, I
Right.
still was chained to it. And I felt devastated when you were so close to winning. But now I'm wondering, where is that vest that he has on taking him? Where was he supposed to be going? Is he a grocery store worker? But he was delivering a package.
I
Like,
think
what
he's
kind
just
of-
a package delivery. Like he delivers packages, and that
So-
might be the little uniform, or it's just hey, he's feeling vesty. You know, like I want to wear the
Yeah,
vest
is that a
today.
worker vest, or was the 80s just like a vest equals
Well,
employment?
Well, I definitely think the vest itself, if you look back at a lot of 80s rock, hard rock, the vest was definitely a thing. Now, I'm not sure about this bold style choice, but I mean, it does work with the white shirt and the is that pink? Is that pink or pinkish or
I don't
salmon?
know.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell
Or
because
reddish
it's
pink?
older
Yeah.
quality, but it could be
yeah. I don't know. What do you guys
orange
think?
even.
What-
It could
what-
be even orange.
What color is this vest? I'm a little colorblind, so I need a little help here. So, what color do you think this is? Like the dress? Is it the blue or gold? It's like, what color is this vest?
Color is that vest? I think it's an interesting choice because to your point, yeah, vests were kind of a fashion sense, but like it wasn't necessarily maybe cotton, red cotton. It was more like black leather.
Yeah, this looks very thin
See?
like material. But I think it's just a style choice. I don't know if it's really necessarily a uniform because I don't see anything on the back that says like messenger or something like that. So I think it's a style choice.
I thought his vest was orange, like a road worker. Okay, Dave.
Okay.
I can get behind that because he was riding a bike, so maybe it was more like safety. But then Tony Forkboy Donato coming in with Ace Hardware Red. And what's so funny is I'm maybe obsessed with that because I worked at Aco Hardware, which no longer exists, and we had these red vests. And at 15, 16, I was sporting one myself.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Maybe it is the worker vest.
I think it might be.
Now
that was brought up, I feel like that was
if it's orange,
that might be accurate.
It's because he's riding a bike delivering.
Yeah.
Safety. If it's maybe it's a hardware thing.
Might be. And John Pica coming in.
Hey, Johnny.
Hosts the back of the cereal box. 1984 is a peak year for Hollywood too. Agreed.
I think
Johnny actually just went yesterday with my buddy Josh, if he's listening. We went to go see the 40th anniversary of Dune yesterday, the David Lynch film. We saw that, so I agree. It was a peak year for many reasons. So,
I love
all right,
it.
let's finish watching this because I know
right.
Amanda wants to get to the end.
You gotta
see what happens.
know. I need closure. We all know I need closure.
Some mind control going on.
Yeah.
Vivian Campbell. Yeah.
We're off to the witch. We may never, never, never come home. But the magic that we'll feel is worth a lifetime.
Run, baby, run.
We're all born upon the
This is like that Apple ad for 1984.
You can release yourself, but the only way to go is down.
That's miserable.
We'll know for the first time if we're evil or divine with a lasting life. Oh, with a lasting life.
By the way, I just want to point out how cool Dio looks right here, but is like it's not a
Egyptian.
lightsaber, but look at this look though, man. The Egyptian, yeah, like like I don't know, not a headdress, but like the neck,
Yes.
shoulder adornment. Look at the bracelets here,
Mhm.
and
Like
he's got like this. It's not a lightsaber, but like it's
There's
some
elements
kinda-
of it being
yeah,
a lightsaber.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
he looks pretty awesome here. I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
Mm.
I think this might be your next Halloween costume, Amanda. I would die if this was your Halloween costume for this year. You would be the coolest person
you-
I've ever met in my life.
If we lived closer, we can assure our community every year we would have the biggest, most fabulous Halloween party with
Yeah.
costumes every year.
God,
And
yes.
maybe one day. Maybe
Yeah.
one day.
All
And
right.
I would. Challenge accepted on that costume if that
Yeah.
was the case.
All right, we're almost to the end, Amanda.
Okay. We gotta wrap things up good.
See how we
Oh, right in the you know where.
with a lasting
Back in that elevator. Yes.
Did you see that roll? That was a great
That is
cat
a
roll.
great roll. Oh, now they got Close the door. Kid.
He's out of there. He
As
got
should
away.
be, as he should be.
He got away.
Oh, okay. I feel like I went on an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I think your day is so much better now having watched that video.
It's
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah,
Mhm.
nice callback to the 84 Apple ad. Yep, absolutely. And then Tony, not mind control. This was how they chose the music pack at 84. The Muzak. Yeah.
let's
Dora Milaje, the bodyguard woman from the Black
Panther.
Panther movies. Dio.
Dio had a look.
Oh, Rob from Stargate. Another,
Okay.
yeah, very. This is like absolutely. I agree. This is like a mix between like I would say, Phantasm, Stargate. I mean, the Borg stuff before the Borg and Star Trek really became a thing. Like this half cyborg kind of weird. Lot of great stuff. And then of course you have like the creature elements, very Stranger
Mhm.
Things. Like
Very
all,
much.
all awesome. All
Mhm.
awesome. This is a 10 out of 10 music video, Amanda, and I'm sure you agree.
Well, luckily we rate on a 5 for 5, so I don't have to go all the way up to 10. The rules have made me escape having to say it's a 10. Listen. Okay.
The rules have made me escape saying it's a 10.
I mean, I must play by the rules. So, all right, I have 2 ratings to give.
All
Right,
right.
now that we've watched the music video and now that we've listened to the song thoroughly. All right, so I'll give that I like the music video better than the song itself.
Okay.
Okay. Does that surprise you? Probably not.
No, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
I like the Stranger Things elements. He was a little baby. I still like say, why did you open the door? And then he even peeked at the end. Close it up, honey. Close it up. Jeez. Close the door up and get going. Get
It was,
your butt out of
it was
there.
in the script. He had to open it because it was in the script. The
Don't
script said
follow that
open the door.
script. Jeez. All right. So besides a few loopholes that I would have liked to have done differently, but then he maybe wouldn't have went into like hell. I don't know. So honestly, I think the video is fun. I'm gonna give the video 4 records.
Okay. All right.
I think it's fun. I think it's very 80s, which we appreciate the nostalgic of it. I don't. It's not a 5 to me or a 10, but it's fun. But the music itself, I don't dislike it. I don't love it.
Mhm.
I think it's very average.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it a 3 record.
Hmm.
Which I know, but that's not like let's go back to what Amanda would have said during season 1.
I know. I appreciate the expansion of your musical palette.
Yes.
And
It was-
yes, you are definitely more open.
Mhm.
I thought you may have liked it a little bit more than a 3, but okay. I mean, I'm not shocked. I thought you might have liked it a little bit more because I don't know. I don't know. The bait and switch got you. You didn't like the soft opening and then into the no.
Yeah,
That-
yes. And the soft opening is very beautiful.
Right,
I
okay.
mean, it really shows the vocals. I really
Mhm.
like the soft. And honestly, even you know what? I'll give you this. I'll make it a 3.1, slightly above. 3.1. I'm sold.
I've swayed the judge.
You've swayed the judge.
All right.
2.1.
I'll
So
do the. I'll take the
3.1.
0.1 movement on the rating. So 3.1 for Dio's Last in Line as the song and the music video. You give 4 records though.
I do.
right.
I do.
I think
Very
that's fair.
well done.
Yeah.
And for 1984, that was a well done video.
A lot of production value in that video.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Very much so. So I got to give them a lot of credit that for 1984, if I would have watched it for the first time, I would have been ridiculously impressed.
Yeah. I mean, being a kid in 1984, this video definitely left an impression. I always thought it was great. I love the song, but I just liked that they went there with the video. Like they made it a story. Basically, it's a mini horror film. Like it's a 4-minute horror movie, which I think is cool. Like with some cosmic horror and the devil's, I don't know, just all kinds of, and they lots of commentary on culture. It was awesome. Love it. Good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
10 out of 10 for me.
Well, there you go.
That's two. That's 5 records times
2.
times 2.
2 5 records.
2 5
Double
records.
5. High
All
10.
right. Here we go. All right. So now that we just spent the first 30 minutes of the show on one song, we're gonna now move the rest of the. I come on, you guys got to agree though. Having Amanda watch Dio Last in Line is worth it, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Love bringing the video to the ratings, but I listen to most of these on my commute, it makes me sad not being able to watch live every Monday. Well, that's why, Tony, though, you can go back and watch these on demand anytime you want right here on YouTube. They are always here and available. And by the way, and I know not everybody's a Spotify person, but we do load the video version up on Spotify, which then puts out the audio everywhere else. But if you do have Spotify, you can also watch the video of all this on Spotify as well. I know, Tony, you don't have Spotify, but
And when you are listening on demand, it is not the same as being able to put the live comments in there,
Right.
which we love. So we see some listeners are listening. If you're listening, check in with us because we love the comments. So keep them coming.
keep them coming, and make sure you guys, if you are watching here on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that you get notified every time we go live, every time we put up new content, which is weekly. Okay, we go live every week at 8:15 a.m. and then we're always putting up all kinds of other highlights from the show, as well as shorts and all kinds of stuff. So don't miss a thing. You don't want to miss a thing, in the words of Aerosmith. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and the little bell. The little bell. Ding,
Ding.
ding.
Don't
So-
forget the bell.
All right, Amanda, let's get into it. Your first song to me, by the way, I just got to say right away, at first I put the song on and I did not like it, but then a thing happened to me.
A thing happened.
A thing happened to me.
Buckle
I
up, guys.
couldn't get the dang melody out of my head. This was an earworm song, which I go, wow. And then I wound up liking it. At first I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I'm like, I don't know if I can get behind the song. And lo and behold, I started really tapping into the song. The song stuck with me. And the song we're talking about is Mel McDonald, Baby Got Her Blue Jeans On. This is 100% like, yeah, this is country through and through.
Line
And-
dancing country.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. I'm pretty sure people like line dance to the song because it's got that, like, it even has the click track in the song, which is like ding, 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 like the ping pong sound is like in the song. And I found myself really digging the song after my first impression was, oh, I don't know about this. And then I found myself liking the song. So I got to ask you, Amanda, because I think everybody has this. Come on. I mean, if you guys don't, you guys are lying. You have a favorite pair of blue jeans, don't you? Like a favorite pair of jeans where you're like, I put those jeans on and you feel good, right? Everybody's got that. Am I the only one that has a pair of jeans that I'm like, I keep these jeans around because I like the way they feel, even though
Listen,
right? You gotta have a pair of jeans like that, right?
I wish you had some sad violin music queued up,
I only have.
but I know you don't.
I only have that.
No. So if you edit this, throw in some sad violin music for me because this is my story about blue jeans.
Oh wait, maybe there's some sad violin music on Spotify.
I used to have some favorite blue jeans that made me feel so empowered. I must wait. That's not really sad violin.
Hold up. It's called feeding the ducks, by the way.
That's what I sound like. Like that's the sound of my brain. I don't feel like that's the sound that I'm going for.
I want sad violin music.
Sad violin music. Oh, this is more acceptable.
Night driving.
This is like I'm gonna pretend like I'm Delilah talking about my sad blue jeans.
Right. Okay.
So listen. Back in the late 80s and 90s, I did have my favorite pair of jeans. Well, in the 80s, it was a Jiminy Cricket pair that my mom said, I don't fit in anymore. So she sold them at a garage sale. And I remember watching her say, you put it in the bag, it's only $1. So anything you could fit in the dollar bag went away with that person. So I saw my Jiminy Cricket pants, my favorite jeans, go away in a $1 bag. And then when I got into the 90s and combined my own pairs, I outgrew those favorite pairs too. And then I found American Eagle jeans and I really liked them. And they made me feel like $1 million because they were just my height, something that's oftentimes a struggle for me. And then I wore them out because I worked at a hardware store and they would get holes and rips. And now at 42, I buy my jeans at Kroger. And when I fit in a pair, I buy every one that they have on the rack. So they're not a favorite pair. They're the only pairs that fit me. So they don't make me feel like $1 million or anything special. They just make me feel like an overweight mom at 42. So no, baby doesn't got her blue jeans on with Amanda. She just has her Kroger $15 jeans on because they fit. There you go.
There you go. I didn't know Kroger sold jeans.
My Kroger does.
There's no Krogers around here. Well, because we don't have a Kroger on in New Jersey. We have Costco. Costco has jeans.
And Dave comes in. Baby's got her last blue jeans on in the line. Oh, Tony saying, Amanda, you need a glass of whiskey and a cig while telling this and dim the lights. Delilah. Oh, it's such a is it?
So
great. Yeah, like you regret asking about the favorite blue jeans.
I don't though. I really don't because that was worth it. That story was worth it. So, yeah, my story is not even nearly as elaborate. I literally will just wear a pair of jeans until they completely disintegrate, and then I go, oh, now I got to buy a new pair of jeans.
Dang it, I got to buy a new pair.
Got to start the sequence over again because I literally will just wear the same 3-4 pairs of jeans until they slowly begin to completely fall apart.
They do, yeah,
literally, and that's it. I mean, but a good pair of blue jeans, man, it's good stuff. So
I hear ya.
I can relate to this song. But so listen, this is an interesting tune though. I really did not, like I said, my first impression was I don't really dig this, and then I started really digging it. So let's listen to a little bit of this. And I actually
this baby
found this video of Mel.
Hi, Mel. Wow.
But this riff, man.
Down on the corner by the traffic light, everybody's looking as she goes by. They turn their heads and they watch her till she's gone.
I need some more cowbell.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on.
There's Amanda.
Up by the bus stop and across the street, open up their windows to take a peek. How she goes walking, rocking like a rolling stone. Heaven help got her blue jeans on.
Now, for those of you not watching the video version, I highly implore you to please go watch this version. Go watch this on YouTube. But Amanda, I have to ask, because you used to live in Texas. I'm not saying everybody in Texas, but I mean you were a Southern gal.
Yeah.
Do you have the big hat? Do you have the cowboy hat? Have you ever owned a cowboy hat?
I've never owned a cowboy hat. Owen has. I always made sure Owen had his cowboy hats and cowboy boots. He's got several pairs. And you get yourself a good hat. And it's just cute. It's like a rite of passage if you live in Texas for a while.
Right.
I didn't because I was too cheap. But I would have liked one.
I know what I'm getting Amanda for her birthday.
Woo!
Getting her a super rhinestoned out cowboy hat.
Yes. And maybe I'll get some rhinestone jeans too.
There you go. So everybody, let's contribute to the Amanda Cowboy Hat Fund. Get her a nice cowboy hat.
That's the thing. If they're like the real kind, the real boots and the real hat, they are extremely pricey. Yeah.
I don't have a cowboy hat, but I have a fedora. I used to wear a lot of fedoras, actually, Dave. I kind of stopped, but it was part of my look for a while.
Hey, a fedora. It's a look.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is.
So I'm curious. I need you to we don't have to watch the whole video, but there's this person to the right of Mel that I just really need to see. I feel like the beat was going to go wrong with that person. Like a triple
she can't help it if she's made that way. She's not to blame if they look her way.
They're just enjoying their own concert right there.
Yeah, I was this person in the white?
No, the person right. I'm trying to point. Nope, to the left. To the left of the right. Yes.
This one right here.
Yeah, like there's a whole like
they're having their own concert.
They are having their own concert.
Their beats slightly off.
That would be me at a Geo concert.
That might be you.
It just comes naturally. No, the girl can't help it. Well, up on Main Street.
By the way, this looks like a pretty dope place. There's like 2 levels here.
It looks like kind of like a saloon or something.
Yeah,
you know?
This looks pretty great. I like this. This is a good setting.
There's just not enough like fun places like that anymore to go to, in my humble opinion, at least around me.
Yeah.
I also have a top hat, a pirate hat.
And a luchador mask.
Love it.
Yeah. Tony, I had many cowboy hats living in Texas. Yes, I know you used to live in Texas there, bud. I don't think I've ever seen you with a big old cowboy hat, though, Tony.
Ooh, Tony, pull us out one.
Yeah.
Put it in our Song Swap Showdown Backstage Pass group on Facebook, which is free. Don't forget to join.
Absolutely free. Scan a QR code or use the link in our notes to join.
You got it.
So, listen, I like I said, at first I was not into this song, but I can admit when I'm wrong about something by first listens. That's why I never make the decision based on the first listen, right? I listen, I do have a reaction, but I will usually listen to our songs on our playlist about 5 to 6 times each before we get on.
Absolutely.
Just so everybody understands my process. So I will say that the song became very infectious to me. That like that just completely like stuck in my head, and then of course like the click track with the cowbell was like I can't get it out of my head now. Like I was literally this morning woke up like getting my coffee and I'm like I'm like, oh man, it stuck with me. So all right, so all that being said, I'm trying to decide whether or not this is a song I would voluntarily put on. So I'm still a little on the fence with that. But the song's not terrible at all. I mean, the fact that it's stuck in my head has got to say something for it. So I feel pretty comfortable giving this a 3.5.
Ooh. So did Rachel listen to this song?
No, absolutely not. No, Rachel is not. Rachel's just not a fan of country at all. Like,
understood.
I put stuff on. I'll put things on, even from our playlist, and it'll come on, and she'll be like,
turn it.
She'll be like, that's got to be an Amanda song, isn't it? I go, yeah. And she's like, I just can't get into this. So it's like she's tried, but it's just not like really just not her cup of tea. She just doesn't have the patience for it. So
my sweet friend Lexi, I had posted our sampling of the 6 songs on my personal profile, and she said those are like my dad's songs, and I was like, I know, I'm just an old man in a younger person's body.
Those are my dad's songs. But it's pretty funny. It's 1984 though. Even when you're looking at, like, you could tell from the video, like in the people in the video, like very 80s look with the feathered hair and all that. But and like I said, I have learned through you to start to identify the eras of country. Like, before I would listen, I was like, I could tell the difference between real, like, older, like, stuff, but like there's a certain point in that 80s night where I'm like, I'm not sure. This I'm like, now I'm like, this is clearly 80s country.
It has a sound.
Yeah.
Like
And
80s metal.
yeah, exactly. It is like 80s metal in that sense. And just, by the way, just a quick bit about this song as well. So this was his biggest song, Mel McDaniel. This was his first and only number one hit on the country chart. And this is what he said. This is coming from songfacts.com, by the way. It's a feat that surprised no one but the singer himself. He goes, I did not even dream that would be a number one song. Jerry just kept saying it was a hit. My wife kept saying it was a hit. My band kept saying it was a hit. I believe in everything that we record and always hope for the best, but you never know when that one's gonna be there. It was written by Bob McDill, who penned 3 of McDaniel's previous top 10 hits, Louisiana Saturday Night, Right in the Palm of Your Hand, and I'll Call It Love. McDill had the melody and the guitar riff of this tune for a while, but wasn't sold on a Blue Jeans theme title. He said at first, he goes, I'll admit, it sounded dated at first, and I was afraid to use it, but it sounded just right. He pitched 2 different arrangements of the song around Nashville for a couple of years, but everyone rejected it until he fell in Jerry Kennedy's hands. McDaniel sang it to a clunking cowbell beat in a session with Pete Wade's guitar groove.
There is something about the clunking beat of this song that is somewhat magical.
It's that click track, man. It's just like, and if you are trying to do a dance, like,
it's true.
You're on.
And I need those beats to move.
Yeah.
And Tony is 100% right when he's saying, and now it's a TikTok famous song. It was a huge trend on TikTok, as we've discussed almost every single episode, how TikTok has single-handedly brought back so many like seasoned archived songs that this newer generation is having fun with. I love that so much. So I'm so happy to see that. So great point, Tony.
Yep. So there you go. TikTok famous song.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Famous.
So 3.5. I feel comfortable giving it a 3.5. I think it's a good song. It's stuck in my ear, and that's got to count for something.
I love it.
So, all right.
So your second song to me, hang up everyone. I know we're only on the third song of the show, but we're going to move fast. No. All right. Into the Fire by Dokken. So Rockin' with Dokken.
You know, yes. I love that you remembered that. Even when I sent this to you, your first response back was Rockin' with Dokken.
And I even found like this, the little symbol.
Yeah, you did that. I was impressed, Amanda Sharp.
Thanks. I was really hoping you would be really proud.
I was very proud of you. Yes.
I was very proud of myself, if I'm being honest. This, honestly, I think you may have pegged the last one, Baby I'm a Star by Prince, as my favorite. But spoiler alert, because now it's time. This, Into the Fire by Dokken, is my favorite of all 3.
Wow!
Can you believe it? I know.
Holy smokes! Did not see that one coming.
It is catchy.
That's the twist at the end of the show.
It's the twist. And you know, what's funny is too, I often knock the songs that don't have a lot of lyrics, because 75% of the song is Into the Fire.
Into the fire, I'm falling.
Yeah, it's very repetitive, but it's
fantastic.
Just, I don't know. There was something about it that was just fun.
Yeah.
And
I just with Dokken.
needed a little fun, like this past week and this weekend. And so to have this song to kind of lean into and just like let that little bit of a different side of Amanda pop out and just kind of enjoy. It was good. It was therapeutic.
It is a very good song. It's a fun song to listen to. It's a fun song to crank on your car radio when you're cruising. And it's fun to clean that. Like, I have a playlist, by the way. If anybody follows me on Spotify, I actually have lots of playlists, and I have a playlist called The Ultimate, and it's just all like hard rock, like 80s, like hard rock, quote unquote hair metal, which I hate saying, but it's all these songs, and I listen to it because it's just a fun playlist to listen to, and if people were like around then and like they oh my god, I haven't heard that song in forever, like because these songs were very big back in the day, and like this was like the prime of like a lot of these bands like putting out like really good records or sophomore records, and then getting onto like their big like. So 1984 was just a great year for that, and a lot of great hard rock and metal records came out in 84 specifically. Like you can really like the list is like unbelievable. And actually, and we'll get into this later, but I did do a records turning 40 this year, which is no longer on YouTube because it got taken down, but you can watch it on our Patreon.
There you go.
I didn't cover this record in particular, but a lot of the rock and metal records were on that list. So, but this is one of them that came out 40 years ago, which is Dokken Into the Fire, which came out on the Tooth and Nail record. So, do you want to watch a little bit of the music video?
Let's rock with Doc.
Let's rock with Doc. Yeah, I figure we don't want to watch the whole video, but I think it's worth you watching a bit of it.
Oh, what do we got there?
Here we go.
Oh. Oh. Great cut.
You're already sucked in.
I'm captivated.
Your eyes, they beckon me.
Your eyes, they beckon me.
Your lips, they speak lies and misery. I know it's wrong, but I can't turn away.
Classic 80s.
I love it. Love everything about this. I always wanted hair like this, man. I'll tell you in a second. Look at that effect. He's falling into the fire.
I would be so sick. Just let me fall straight down.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Look, he's getting put into the fire there. All right, you'll have to watch the rest of this music video.
I
Sorry,
will.
I don't want to keep. We did one full music video today. Don't worry, we'll get to doing some more stuff. But yeah, so I just wanted to give Amanda a taste of Into the Fire.
It didn't disappoint. It was exactly what I expected, maybe a little better. I mean, the jazzercise person, in that first fire, whatever. Yeah. Very great
person.
Well, I mean, no normal person's just like posing like that. That's a jazzerciser right there. I'm positive of it.
Yeah.
All right. So great hair, classic 80s feel, the spinning. I just don't want to spin into fire.
You don't want, yeah. Well, no one wants to be burned.
So, no, like just make it quick. Just make it quick. I like it. I mean, I can't say much more about it. I just think it's super fun. It's not a song that I'm going to skip. Mm-hmm. It's not like super heavy metal or anything like that. It's just a very nice entry level hard rock song that you can toe tap to.
Toe tap too. So funny, couple of things. So, and I know Amanda used to be a wrestling fan, but the NWA wrestling brand, the National Wrestling Alliance, which is owned by Billy Corgan, or one of the owners, Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, they brought that back, and you actually watch those. They're on YouTube exclusively. Like, that's where they do the wrestling program, and they do all old school 80s style, small studio, like really awesome. And Into the Fire was the theme song. When they launched in 2019, and by the way, just check it out. NWA is great. It's fun wrestling stuff, and if you're into that, so yeah, they use that as the theme song. So it was great. It would come on and be like the NWA logo coming, like old cheesy 80s graphic stuff, and be like Into the Fire. It was great. So, and then also some of you may have noticed this, but for the music fans, metal fans out there, is that in 2010, George Lynn said in an interview, and I always thought this, but I never knew that there was confirmation, that the song was musically inspired by Judas Priest's some heads are gonna roll. They share very similar main riff, and George Lynch specifically said they were inspired by that song. So great classic Judas
Interesting.
Priest song. Some heads are gonna roll. So
Very
definitely,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And Tony's comment here about Madam Web, a better
Yeah.
video than Madam Web from the review. So Madam Web is the new film out by Sony, and it's gotten completely panned, really bad reviews, and you know,
Oh.
I personally haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it. I can only say that reviews it's been received very poorly. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. All right. I'm glad
All
you could explain that because
Yes.
I'm
I had
often
to,
lost.
yeah. Sorry, I
I
had to
really
explain
was lost.
some geek stuff to you there. I'm gonna speak geek to you for a little bit.
All right. Where do I rate?
Right.
So the video, I'm sure, is I won't rate the video because I'm sure
Right.
without seeing all of it, but it would be good. And then I would say the song itself, I think it's a 4.5.
Wow, 4.5 for
4.5.
rocking with Dokken.
Yeah, I don't know that a rock song in this caliber will ever end up as a 5 record for me.
Okay. Yeah, but
I
that
mean,
4.5 is pretty darn close.
Yeah, right. Like, because I feel like that's my eternity playlist, and I
Yeah.
don't need this on eternity playlist, but
Right.
I really appreciate it. I do think it's fun. I enjoy and appreciate the lyrics, even though they're very simple. It's still delivery I'm feeling when I listen to this song.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I will take that rating.
I liked how he was like pointing out people, and when he was singing, I was like, man, I want to be that cool.
Singing right to you.
Like I'm singing to you, listener.
Amanda Sharp, that girl.
Amanda Sharp, that girl.
Don Dokken singing right to you.
Yes, yes, like to me. So props to him. So
Excellent.
4.5.
All right. Excellent. Well, I like that. Thank you. Thank you for the
welcome.
4.5. So this is great. So listen, we are moving along here. We are going to start cooking now. We got
cooking.
got a lot more music to go through. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I know today is a holiday as well. So what do you guys all really have to do? Today is a holiday.
Forgot about that.
President's Day here in America. So before we get on, I just wanted to mention real quick to everybody that a couple things is that we actually updated our website, songswapshowdown.com. So definitely head over there and check it out because we did. We updated it. We have a completely new website going on. Lots of links to lots of the things that we're doing and we're up to. All episodes, including our YouTube feed, is up there as well. So if you just want to visit and kind of see what the latest YouTube videos are and all that, if you're not like plugged in to YouTube here, definitely check that out. And also, we've got links to our new merch store as well. So everybody's always asking us like, hey guys, how else can we support the show and all that? And so we have our new merch store here, which is open there. And we've got some designs. We've got this Song Swap Showdown parental advisory shirt that I know Amanda's getting this one right away. You're going to start seeing Amanda wearing that one. We've got our 80s robot here, Transformers style. Of course, our classic logo. And of course, the two, Amanda's favorite saying that sounds like Cookie Monster rock. So we have our I Love Cookie Monster rock shirt in the store, which
Doesn't that just look like a really comfortable shirt to wear?
It is a super comfortable shirt. I will say. I definitely it's on that soft style fabric too, which
it just looks
really
comfortable.
like. Yeah. And then of course we had to make a shirt honoring Amanda's love for all things Taco Bell. We have our Song Swap Showdown Taco Bell inspired theme shirt. Logo shirt, yeah.
Do you know, I'm going to be real with everyone right now. It takes everything in me to not get a job at Taco Bell. It is so, I'm not like, there's something about, I'm just so drawn to Taco Bell.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
You are a Taco Bell. You love Taco Bell. I used to eat Taco Bell all the time when I was in college. And I don't eat it really much anymore. I don't eat a lot of fast food anymore. But but Taco Bell is one that I still feel very nostalgic about. Every now and then I'll crank like a little bean burrito or something like that. But yeah, so we got our Taco Bell inspired shirts. So definitely head over. You can hit our merch shop up. Go to songswapshowdown.com. Use the QR code. And one more thing is that we also now, we had this when we first started. We shut it down because we weren't happy the way it was set up. But now Patreon has really done a lot of great updates. And so now we have a new Patreon channel page, whatever you want to call it. And so you can actually join our Patreon and you can support us. Honestly, we have memberships starting at literally $1 a month. So you can support the show for $1 a month, going all the way up to $20, and you get all kinds of perks and all kinds of fun stuff. And here's what I was talking about before. Like, we're going to start putting a lot of more content on there. And right now, our classic rock and metal album's turning 40 in 2024. This is not on YouTube anymore. It was taken down, but you can watch it here on our Patreon if you're a member. And literally, for like $1, you could become a member of our Patreon and get access to this. And we're going to be putting out a lot of other content there. Some content's going to be hitting there before it hits YouTube and stuff that, honestly, we just can't put on YouTube. So it's going to be there. So make sure you guys check it out, join it. And if you have any questions, let us know. But we appreciate all of you, as always, for all of your support with the show. This is a good way for us to help pay the bills around here. So feel free to hang out with us and get some more Song Swap Showdown craziness by heading over to our Patreon, which, once again, you can also get to by going to songswapshowdown.com or using that QR code over here on the screen. So, all right, Amanda, let's dive in. Your second song to me, George Jones, She's My Rock.
And I feel like,
and George Jones is like classic country.
He is classic country. My daddy used to listen to him all the time. So I'm so familiar with George Jones. I mean, really with Hank Williams Jr. too, and McDaniel. Like, that was just his era of country listening. But man, George Jones, what a legend in the country music space. Yeah,
this is definitely a classic song. And in fact, see, I didn't know this. I start going down the
rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole. But this has been covered by other artists. Brenda Lee did a version of this in 1975. And she called it He's My Rock. So whenever a female does the song, they switch it to he or she. So in this case, Brenda Lee switched it to He's My Rock. And this actually peaked at number 8 in 1975 for her on the country singles chart. Then Olivia Newton-John did a version called He's My Rock on her 1975 record, Clearly Love. And that actually went to number 1 on the adult contemporary it became the B-side of her number 13 Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 adult contemporary hit, Something Better to Do. So it was a B-side of Something Better to Do. And then George Jones released this version in 1984 as a first single from his album Lady's Choice. Gotta love that. Lady's Choice. And this reached number 2 on Billboard Hot Country Singles chart in December 1984 and number 1 on the RPM Country Tracks in Canada in 1985. So, and the B-side to the song, by the way, if you guys were wondering, was I Won't Make It Through the Day. That was the B-side. Oh no, sorry, that's by Stoney Edwards. Sorry, that's completely wrong. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry, this the B-side to this is What Love Can Do the second time around. Apologies, everybody. I was looking at Stoney Edwards version of this song. So this song has been covered, and this was originally written by Sharon K. Dobbins and was first recorded by Stoney Edwards and released in 1972. And his version peaked at number 20 on the Billboard Hot Country chart. So this song has got a long history. Yeah. So what do you like about this song, Amanda? Like, what is your like, why is this song, why do you like this one?
I don't know. I think the lyrics are really important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like to be with your partner through and through the good, the bad, the ugly, all of the things. So I just think it's whether it's he's my rock or she's my rock, despite what life throws at you or what you're going through, I think it's just really important to anchor in to that love. And I think George Jones has a really nice way of delivering his music. He really turns it into this very unique presentation. And I just get captivated by his storytelling within music, not like some others, but you know, I just like him.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, what I like about him is that he has the classic, I mean, he's obviously a legend in the world of country music. And you know, I agree that storytelling, his voice is very classic country. Yeah. And there's something about that I really like. I do like, once again, I'm not a giant country fan in the sense I listen to tons of country, but I enjoy, I guess, this style of country. I like the nostalgia of it. And I always say it reminds me of my grandfather, who used to listen to a lot of vintage country all the time, or vintage, or I don't know what, classic country. I guess I'll call it classic country. and he would always have stuff on, and so I would just hear things when I would come over to house and all that, and he would always have his records out, and so it brings me back to that, even though if I didn't know, like, I'm sure he listened to George Jones. I can't actually say, I can't remember what records he had, but it reminds me of that, you know, so I always get like kind of taken back to that time. Yeah. So you want to watch a little bit of I found a pretty cool rendition. We watch a little bit of this version, which is from Farm Aid. Sorry, not Live Aid, from Farm Aid. Of him doing this song live. So this is "She's My Rock" live at Farm Aid in 1985. By the way, so let's watch a little bit of this.
And what he had such an interesting look.
Yeah.
Well, you tell me how she was when you once knew her, how she played her games with many, many men. And you tell me you don't think I'd still be with her if I could just have known her way back then. Lord, you ask me why I don't pack up and leave her now that I know about her wicked way. Well,
Marcus would feel this song.
Look at this look, though. Everybody's got the blue,
like denim,
blue denim jumpsuits on. Oh no, jumpsuit. It's like leisure suit.
She's the rock that I lean on. She's the sunshine of my day. And I don't care what you say about
that crowd.
her.
I know, Farm Aid, man.
'Cause she made me everything I am today. She's my rock and I ain't gonna throw her away.
All right, so you guys can watch a little bit more of that too if you want. I will post this in the group because it's actually it's a really just fun, laid back performance of that song. I think it's kind of cool. And I agree. Like, you see the crowd, you're like, wow. And I remember Farm Aid. Guys, I'm that old. I remember Farm Aid, and what a lineup, you know. Anyway, but that I will post that in a Facebook group so everybody can check that out. But yeah, I love that. Yeah. But cow print on light blue makes them look like they're sweating in odd spots. I agree. Unless they are sweat stains, I don't know.
They could be. They could be.
Could be. But you know, it's a good song, man. I will say that it's not like this. It's not over the top or anything like that. It's just a laid back storytelling classic country song. I could definitely see myself probably. I think I would put this on. I think I would purposely, like, I would make the effort to actually listen to this song.
Okay.
And I love that. One thing I love about country, I love the walking bass line. Doom, 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 doom. I love that beat. I think it's so cool. It's fun, you know. It's a very fun, basic, but like really gets you into it. And I dig it. I think it's cool. And like I said, there's a lot of nostalgia here because it reminds me of that stuff. So I would give this a 3.8. I feel comfortable giving it a 3.8 for a song. I do. I like it. I like it.
And I'm appreciating these because I know country really pulls you out of your comfort zone of your preference of music listening. So I'm really pleased with your true country song ratings.
But I will say this, and I like that you said that statement, because the thing is, I need something like this to like kind of like be polarizing. I don't know, like I just need something to stick out and like kind of like mix up like what I normally listen to. Sometimes, you know, you get stuck in this like I'm just listening to the same things, and it's just nice to kind of listen to something sometimes that just like takes you out of that, and
it's so true,
and go, oh wow, this sounds really good. You really start to appreciate it before you kind of go back to your regular standard
programming.
Yeah, exactly, regularly scheduled program.
And that's
palate cleanser. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Tony, this is a great palate cleanser song because it's not crazy, it's not wild, it's not a big raucous country rock song. It's like even keeled, toes aligned.
Very, very 80s country. And that's why when, you know, Ian and Dave, they give us those magical lists for each of us. It's so nice when we go down that path of listening to those songs because it does the same thing. Those are great palate cleansers.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. So speaking of which, let's dive into some of the comments that were
Okay,
left
let's do it.
earlier. I know we normally try to do these a little earlier in the show, but we've been on a roll today. So, but I do want to acknowledge them. So, of course, our friend Ian from Australia, always checking in, always doing a great job of leaving us messages and song picks. So what he's saying today is, hey guys, have a great show. I'll see you Tuesday AM or Monday PM, depending where I am or where you guys are. So, of course, it's always nighttime for Ian on the other side of the world, basically. But he's saying for Amanda, his picks are Sweet and Sour by the Takeaways, Heaven Must Be There by the Eurogliders, and Big Girls by Electric Pandas.
Ooh.
Some 80s Australian.
Electric Pandas. Look at that.
I love Ian's suggestions because, once again, not very familiar with a ton of Australian artists, other than some of the bigger like names like Midnight Oil and men from work, men with work, men. What is that? I live in a down under. Men at work. Men at work. Men at work. Sorry, I couldn't get the word. I'm like men at work. Men at work.
Men with big hats.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's always dropping some great gems for us. So, and then he's saying for Chris, No Second Prize by Jimmy Barnes, Saturday Night by Cold Chisel, and Flame Trees by Cold Chisel. And I gotta tell you, Ian's also been in our group. Been posting these so you guys can listen to them, by the way. So he's when he puts these comments in our Facebook group, he tags like the YouTube or Spotify, so you guys can check these out. So definitely head over to the group if you haven't joined, because you can listen to these songs. He does a great job. So thank you Ian, of course, for always exposing us to some music that is not here in the United States. So appreciate it. And of course, the VP of Song Swap Showdown coming in with his picks, Chris. Depeche Mode, Master and Servant. I was very close to putting the Depeche Mode song on here for Amanda. And the problem is I'm not sure how many Depeche Mode songs Amanda knows, and I was trying to go for something I don't think she'd heard before. So, which is why I held back. But I did, my first version of the list had Depeche Mode on here. Fat Boys, Human Beatbox, can't go wrong. Gino Vanelli, Black Cars, Hoodoo Gurus, I Want You Back, Men Without Hats, Where Do the Boys Go, and Red Hot Chili Peppers, Kill Coyotes. Good one. Oh, from the first Red Hot Chili Peppers EP.
It doesn't seem like they would be 84.
They were.
Isn't that crazy? Like, there are some people that you go, wow, they're that old. Like,
that's when they were
iconic.
Like funky, crazy, like skate punk kind of stuff. Like really good.
Funny.
I love those. Those first couple Red Hot Chili Peppers records are awesome to go back and listen to. Really good stuff. So for Amanda, he's picking Eurythmics' Julia, great song. Go-Go's, Head Over Heels. Cannot go wrong with the Go-Go's. I love Jane Wieldon. Oh, Jane Wieldon, you're the best. Icicle Works, Birds Fly, Whisper to You, Scream. Oh, I'm sorry. NXS, Burn for You. Early NXS, fantastic. Another great band to go back and explore their earlier catalog. Songs were great. Really, those. Even Kick, which is their huge breakout. Great record. All good stuff, really. Nick Kershaw, Wouldn't It Be Good? And Prince, Take Me With You. Of course. Of course, you can't do it. You can't have a list without Prince on it.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you're Amanda and go full country.
Yeah. Yep. Tony. Funk Wars, and they were so much better back then. Referring to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Uplift Mofo Party. Oh my God, great. Those early, everything right up to Blood Sugar Sex Magic. All great. All bangers. And then. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready for our third and final song that Chris gave me? I think we're here now.
We're here now.
We're here now. All right. We're doing it. The Little Show That Could. Here we go.
The Little Show That Could.
Baby, I'm a Star by Prince.
Oh.
Listen, I mean, Prince is just such a staple for those 80s. His sound is so iconic and trademarkable and all the things. You just hear it and you just know it's Prince.
Yep.
I had not heard this song before from him, though, which, I mean, isn't super surprising because I know Prince's biggest hits, essentially. I don't dive into his catalog. And while I really respect him as an artist and I can appreciate it, he is not something that I just turn on to listen to. Mm-hmm. I'm not that kind of Prince fan.
Yep.
But I can respect. Okay. I'll tell you a little story about a Prince song.
It's story time. Story time.
So back in my karaoke days, the what's the red car one?
Red Corvette.
Yeah, okay, so that song, there was a guy who sang it. And he
I was
sat
trying to
at
find
like
some story
a
time music for you.
table, like he was by himself, and then he went and sat with me and my friend, and like he sang the song actually really, really great. And I was impressed. And he's like, "Can I sit with you guys? I'm a little lonely." I'm like, "Sure." And then he was after like we hung out for a little bit. He's like, "You guys want to go up to the casino in Detroit?" And I was like, "Okay." And my friend was like, "Amanda, no, this is a terrible, terrible idea."
I like how quick you were like, "Yeah, sure, let's go to the
Yeah,
casino in
okay.
Detroit."
Which isn't close.
No.
It's not close at all. And I was like, "Okay." What was I thinking? You guys, I'm not allowed to karaoke without friends because I would end up in Detroit at a casino, or worse, in the trunk of a red convertible. Convertibles have trunks, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
I mean, two things that wouldn't have been good. Why is Amanda the way she is?
I don't know.
So Prince.
I was trying to find some like some music to put behind your story time music.
Sometimes there's just no song to put behind the
put
story of mine.
acoustic cinematic behind you. I'm gonna have to load up some songs for story time. I'm gonna have to start finding some.
This could have been a true crime song, like get some 2020 like Dateline music or something going on for those stories. I'll be like, cue up Dateline.
Cue up the Dateline song.
So anytime I hear a Prince song, I can't help but remember that moment in time that I could have been killed, potentially. Just who knows?
You could have been serial killered.
Yes, I could have been serial killed. Yeah, all because he sang the song pretty good. Yeah. So there's nothing to not like about this song. I did like the lyric, "Might not know it now, baby, but I am a star." I did have a question, like, why is it "but I am a star"?
I don't know. You might not know, baby, but I am a star. Yeah, but I think Prince also just did a lot of things too, because it was like it was his signature, like the way he wrote songs and lyrics. Like
he can just get away with anything.
He's Prince. He could do anything.
Because I said it was IR.
That's right. That's right. I said it as IR.
I said it as IR. I just appreciate him as an artist in general too, because he had such signature look.
Yep.
And he just owned it, he was such a great, great artist. Do you think we'll get some new music from him with all the AI stuff?
I don't know. I mean, probably. I mean, he had tons and tons and tons of songs in his vault, stuff he was working on, unfinished stuff that he just wasn't happy. So I don't know. I guess, and that estate, by the way, is when you listen, it's a disaster. So, I mean, I know they've released some things that you can listen to, like some stuff that's from the vaults. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think once they get through a lot of this legal mumbo jumbo of everything and who owns what and get this and get that, because he didn't leave a will, as far as I know. But I don't, what do I know? I would love to hear some stuff that was unreleased. I mean, but he was also, he's very particular. Like, things had to be right for him, and if it wasn't right, he just was like whatever. So, but I just love Prince, and I would just love to hear music and just to hear his thought process, and even stuff that he probably thought was garbage is probably awesome. Like, because it's Prince, So definitely held himself to a very high standard artistically and creatively, more than most average mortals do. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like when he passed away, I was like really shocked and blown away because I was like, I don't know, and of course he's human, but you're like, man, Prince is gonna live forever. Like he's like he can do anything, and then he passes away, and you're like, oh my god, like such an amazing talent. I mean, it's always the story, right? It always seems like the best are always taken away from us way too soon, and he just just a great talent, and I love Purple Rain. This record, where this song is from, it's a 10 out of 10 record. I don't care what anybody says. I saw Dave wrote that before, like, oh, Amanda, you have to listen to Purple Rain all the way through.
Yeah.
I agree. Now, I will say one thing, though, and I've talked about it in this show. The film Purple Rain does not hold up for me. The live performance stuff is great. Like, I love seeing all that. But the movie itself, because the character Prince plays in that he's not a good dude. I mean, and they go through backstory and all that. And I get it, but there's some stuff in there that's like, that's not cool. Like, it's not cool at all. So, if you go back and rewatch Purple Rain, it definitely is like, there's definitely some very cringy parts to Purple Rain for sure. But the record, the music on 10 out of 10. And, you know, we can talk about Purple Rain all, but the reason why I put Baby I'm a Star on here is because this is a song that I've always thought was a standout track on this record. I've always loved it, and it comes right before Purple Rain on the record. It's the second to last song, and I think it's a great sequence when you hear this and you go into Purple Rain, which is a very, you know, emotional song. So it's like you go from like this high of Baby I'm a Star to like really deep emotional performance to Purple Rain, and I thought it was great back-to-back sequencing.
Sure.
For a record, and I was like, this has got to be on. So just a little bit about the song is it was composed by Prince in '81, and it's an upbeat song about the rising pop stardom. The song's lyrical content reflected Prince's own status in 1981. He'd made his first appearance on Saturday Night Live and released his fourth album, Controversy. The following year, Pinch dropped 1999, which was a record that elevated him to the first division. So basically that got him like, I mean,
on the map.
We talk about MTV, and I'm sure they even played Prince stuff on VH1. Like those songs were on MTV, huge rotation. He recorded the song with The Revolution during a live performance on August 3rd, 1983 at the First Avenue Club in Minneapolis, the same concert where I Would Die For You was laid down. The show featured the first appearance of guitarist Wendy Melvin in The Revolution, and Prince later reworked the live recording in the studio, adding overdubs and other edits, and included it on the 1984 album Purple Rain. It wasn't released as a single, but it became a fan favorite and one of his concert staples. So yes, Purple Rain, everybody, is turning 40 this year. That record is 40 years old this year. And I'm thinking about this. We have to do an entire Purple. I think we have to do a Purple Rain episode of the show.
Well, then I'll hold my thoughts.
Yeah. Wow, Dave, polarizing, very controversial. Sad to say, never cared very much for the title track Purple Rain. Wow. Shocking, Dave.
Dave, I'm actually right there with you. I said I would hold my tongue, but there is something very drawn out about that song that
so good.
I struggle. And while I guess I can appreciate why people enjoy it, I feel like, when is it gonna end? Instead of like, ooh, I felt that. You know what I mean? I don't know. But nobody else feels that, Dave. I'm so glad you said it out loud.
I mean, he rips as well. He absolutely rips in that song. I love it. And just another thing too, I did post, because every year the Super Bowl comes around and all that stuff, and so who's the best halftime? Listen, there's been but I reposted. I go, what is better than Prince playing in the rain on that Super Bowl where he just doesn't out of control, amazing, like out of control, amazing, like so great. God, he's so good. I miss him. I'm glad he's left us so much music. I can understand. I agree. At least an entire Prince episode. We
could do a whole Prince episode, hands down. We'll add that to the wheel.
But I think we should absolutely celebrate Purple Rain.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So let's get back to this, because I gave you this song, and I've been doing a ton of talking about it. So I'm very sorry. I kind of overtook your.
Listen, you like it. All right. So we didn't even play a little bit. Do you want to just play like a little sampler? We don't even have to do the video. Just a little sampler for those like me who had never heard it before.
You know, I already have the video queued up, so we'll play a little bit.
You knew how to work the crowd.
So great. I know.
Tell me, do you like what you see? Hey, I ain't got no money, but I'm rich on personality. Hey,
I know. Look at it. So good.
Baby, I know what it's all about. Before the night is through, you will see my point.
He owns this luck.
Even if I have to scream and shout, baby, I'm a might not know it now. Baby, what time I'm a star. I don't want to stop till I reach the top and sing it.
You don't have girls like that.
Oh, so great. What?
I I wish I had curls like that.
I know. I mean, look at this look, man. This is awesome. Only Prince could pull this off. That's
No.
it.
He could get transformed into Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Netflix Bridgerton. And it would
Yeah.
be fine. Such a big presence in a small package. Correct, Tony. I agree. He just seems so much bigger.
Yeah. Well, he just had a great way of just great performer. Just owns it. The energy, everything, the sass, everything about him, the attitude. Awesome.
And he just looked like he enjoyed it too. Yeah, everything. I feel like for him, when I watch him now, like everything was extremely calculated. Like I feel like he knew like every step, every thought, every look. He was probably very good at business, except he didn't leave a will, and here we are.
Forgot that part.
I mean, I get it. It wasn't like he died at 80, and didn't have a will. Like sometimes you just don't think you're gonna die when you die.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure it was not expected, but
No.
whoever really expects it. But
Exactly.
I will tell you, he is missed, and I love the song. So I gave this to you because I was like, I wasn't sure. I know you know Prince. I know you know Prince songs, but I was like, I'm going to go for this. It is a fan favorite. It's a little bit of a deep cut on that record, but still a great banger of a song that wasn't ever really released as a single, but yet, I don't know, I hear that and it makes me feel 1984. Like, that's a great, great song that I think off that record that just screams 1984.
I agree.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't know this song. I'm glad you threw it my way because it does showcase some of his other work that I really like. So where do I rate this song? I'm going to give this, and don't come at me, everyone, because it's still a great rating. I'm going to give it 4 records. But I'm not giving it like a upper 4, which I know y'all probably think I should just because it's Prince. But, 4 records is totally appropriate. Sorry, Chris. You already killed this show. You were already the winner. I know that.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I agree. Adam Ant definitely gave Prince a run for his money, and Adam Ant had that style too. But it's
Adam Ant, I gotta Google machine that.
Oh, you know Adam Ant, don't you? You don't know Adam Ant?
I don't know.
Goody Two Shoes. Oh man, Amanda.
I don't know that I know him.
You're gonna make me.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna make me.
I triggered Chris. I've triggered the show.
That's Rachel's favorite. She loves Adam Ant.
Does he sing? Does he?
Yes. Oh, here we go. All right. Hold on. We are going to put this. All right, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to give you a little sample of some Adam Ant for everybody.
Sample me some Adam Ant.
Little bonus, everybody. Little bonus Adam Ant here.
Oh, I just lost Tony's respect. He said, oh my God, Amanda. Oh, stop it. What do we got going on?
He had like the pirate look.
Look at Johnny Depp. I feel like that's what I look like when I dance.
He did.
I think I found my person.
You found. I love you discovering Adam Ant now in 2024.
Oh my gosh, furniture's dancing too.
Put on a little makeup, make sure they get you good side, if the word's unspoken.
Oh my gosh, I can dance like that.
Send a treasure token, write it on a pound note.
Amanda just found her next TikTok video.
Oh my gosh.
Goody two shoes. Goody two shoes. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Don't drink.
What have I been missing?
What do you do? Suffer in innuendos follow. There must be something inside. We don't follow fashion.
All right.
Okay. So what genre does he fit into?
He's just like, he's 80s pop. He's like 80s pop. He was like definitely came out of the English like punk new wave. Like he was definitely kind of like post punk, but then turned more into like 80s straight 80s pop star. Adam Ant, awesome. Yeah, I agree. Dave's here the recommendations for Amanda. Adam Ant, Goody Two Shoes, which we just listened to, Puss in Boots, Apollo 9, all great songs. Yeah. It's so weird seeing Adam Ant without his war paint. Yeah, he used to put like war paint on and all that. Like I can't stop laughing in horror, Amanda.
I can't believe I missed him.
Dave, I consider Adam Ant to be new wave. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, they definitely play him a lot on a new wave on 80s. I mean, I get it because it's that time. Like, once again, we talk about stuff they played on MTV in the 80s. Adam Ant, staple. This song was on all the time. All the Adam Ant stuff. Oh,
Mother, I blame you for this one. I don't know Adam Ant because I could watch MTV.
The day Amanda, this day's old.
This day's old when
Amanda discovered
Adam Ant was. And
Wow.
I'm gonna have to work on some of those moves.
Please do. Please make a TikTok or something with you putting Goody Two Shoes and doing, even if you could do a side by side, would be great.
And the thing
Just
is, like,
putting
I
it.
already got those moves in me. It's just coordinated when he's doing them. And
How
we
many
got
people
this.
want to see Amanda make a video like this?
Oh my god!
Let us know in the comments if you're watching the repeat of this or whatever, and you didn't watch live. Let us know how many people want to see Amanda make this video.
There's no coordinating to what he did. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he just did what he. It's like, was it even like
Yeah.
scripted? Like, I
See,
think he
this
just started moving.
This is like, yeah, Goody Two Shoes was true. Adam Ant didn't drink or smoke like most of his peers, so nasty rumors flew about his vices. And that's it. That song is you, Goody Two Shoes. Don't drink, don't smoke.
Interesting. All right.
This just puts the icing on the cake for me taking the day off. Do it, Amanda.
Maybe, maybe we'll put that in Patreon first.
Oh, so yes, there you go.
Ooh. Listen,
Patreon exclusive. Amanda dancing to Adam Ant. That's why it's worth joining for just $1.
$1 a month. For $12, you can get. We're gonna have to do like a Sarah McLachlan video
for
on
$12. You could support Amanda Sharp's dancing career.
Two poor podcasters just trying to make a living. We'll have to come up with something.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that.
In the arms of an angel.
Poor podcasters.
All right,
I
got this.
Okay, all right. Okay, so your last song today.
Well, I didn't. Did I rate
you didn't rate it. That's right.
No, I did. No, I did.
No, you did.
Records.
You said 4 records.
We're
the Adam Ant thing just like completely derailed the whole show, but it's perfect. It was good.
Okay,
all right,
you were right.
So your final song to me, Amanda, which I really like this song. I mean, I like Hank Williams Jr. Let me say that by saying it's not like I have all Hank Williams Jr.'s records, but I've always appreciated Hank Williams Jr. I think he always puts, and this song is like all attitude. In fact, it's literally called Attitude Adjustment. So this is like great country to me because it's fun and it's just him being Hank, and he kind of has this like talk singing type thing that Hank Williams does. That's kind of his thing. And I don't know why it just makes me think of Smokey and the Bandit, even though none of this stuff is in Smokey and the Bandit. But it makes me think of Smokey and the Bandit and CB radios and Convoy and all that stuff. Like, you know, it could have been in Smokey and the Bandit.
You know what? It could have easily been placed. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm going to play it. Let me play a little bit of this for everybody here. So you guys, if you've never heard Hank Williams Jr. Attitude Adjustment. Check it out. Here it is.
Oh.
Great piano stuff too.
Like, now I met an old friend in a bar the other night, and he got a little drunk and he wanted to fight, and he jumped up and challenged every man in the room.
It's great. This is great.
And just about the time he got the words out, an old boy jumped up and closed his mouth and used his head for a mop and his butt for a broom.
Used his head for a mop? The butt
it was an attitude adjustment. I guess it was his first time. An attitude adjustment. Now he understands just fine. He got bent out of shape, then he opened his mouth and just one appointment straightened him right out. It was an attitude adjustment. Oh, it'll work every time. Now I've got this big old brother-in-law, and me and him just never did get along, cause he wants to be sure I'm treating his sister right. He got drunk one night, started beating me up, and I went and got a tire tool out of the truck and laid him out as cold as a block of ice.
That's
it
right.
was an attitude adjustment.
All right. So this is a great song. I'm Amanda. I'm into it. Thank you for sharing this with me. I'd never heard this song before. This was a fun one. This was a great way to cap off your playlist, by the way. So great sequencing by the way.
Thanks.
But yeah, I dug this song. This is actually, so it was written by Hank Williams Jr. It was released June of 1984 as a first single from the album Major Moves. The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles and Tracks. And the B-side to this, by the way, was Knoxville Courthouse Blues. And this peak position was 5, and then Canadian charts it actually hit number 7. So listen, I mean, I don't know there's much more to explain. I mean, it spells it out in the song, you know? Some people just need an attitude adjustment.
You know what? I'm not saying people should be violent, but sometimes people just need like a good punch in the nose.
Yeah.
The playground rules, right? Like
Yep.
the playground used to teach these kids to not run their mouth, and there's not enough attitude adjustments going on these days.
Yeah, and some artists, there's been a lot of artists that have actually covered this song, including Blake Shelton and Aaron Tippin, by the way. So this song has definitely been covered, and it's, I mean, it's just great. I love the piano playing, and like, it's got that classic, like, dun, 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 dun. It's awesome. So listen, great song. I would put this on. I would play this.
Ooh,
I would spend 2 credits at the jukebox, at the bar, to put this song on.
Good bar song.
I would put it on. Great bar song. Good one to get everybody going. I think it's a definitely a cool bar tune. Good jukebox pick. I will give this 4.2 records.
Woo!
I'm giving it 4.2 records.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it and receive it.
Mississippi Squirrel Revival by Ray Stevens.
Ooh.
That's a song to check out, Tony? Is that what you're recommending, or is that kind of like this?
For 8.
So
The pause.
The pause. But yeah, so I dig it. It's a good song. Thank you for sending this. I'd never heard it before. Loved it. Great way to cap off your playlist. So fun playlist. And I like too that you did 80s country, because I really did expect you to go like new wave and like pop stuff, because I know, you know, roller rink stuff like that's but I didn't expect the 80s country, but I like it because I liked the challenge of being like, oh, good, I've never heard these songs. And yeah, 80s country, definitely a thing. I mean, 100%. Like 80s country was I mean, all eras of country are pretty big, but definitely 80s country had its own flair, I think.
It did. Its own flair, its own sound. And I think when you think 84, people thought immediately like what was on your list and what would have been on mine. But I'm glad that I dove into a little bit of a country and did a little something different.
Yeah. So Tony's saying, yeah, it sounds just like this.
Okay.
That's why I put Mississippi Squirrel Revival by Ray Stevens. It sounds just like this.
I love
I'll
it.
have to check that out. So
Same. All right. Well, you are the winner of this Untitled Chapter. Congratulations, Chris.
So thank you. So I hope everybody enjoyed 1984 Part 2, because there is a Part 1. You guys can find it somewhere on the channel.
Part 1's probably half the time, but you know
Just
what? It's okay.
Search 1984. Go to our channel, search 1984. You'll see Part 1 on there, which I think we had Dio on that one too. If I have to go back and look, but yeah, we had some good songs on that one though.
We did. Wow, what a show.
What a show. Well, I hope all you guys enjoyed it. Show is almost over. We still have one more order of business to take care of, Amanda.
Tell me it is time for the Wheel of Show themes.
That's right.
Love it.
It's that time in the show where we spin the Wheel of Show themes to determine what next week's episode is going to be focused on. The wheel is full.
It is so full.
So full. So many great ideas, everybody. Please keep contributing to the ideas. You could do that in the Facebook group. And also, by the way, we have perks on our Patreon level that actually kind of get you to skip the line.
Ooh.
Just an FYI. So there are definitely perks. Check those out on our Patreon. Go over to our website, songswapshowdown.com, or use the QR code on the screen to get there, or use the links in the show notes and description below to access that. So, Amanda, are we ready? We ready to spin the wheel and see what our fate is for next week?
Yes, spin
right,
that wheel.
I'm going to hit shuffle. It has been shuffled.
Nice.
And here we go. Spinning the wheel. What is next week's show theme going to be?
Let's see.
And swapping personal favorites. Wow.
This could be a struggle, yet so easy at the same time.
I think so. I think this is like we should be swapping songs, basically things that are on our eternity playlists.
Yes.
We talk about eternity playlists a lot, so
we
swapping
do.
personal favorites to me would be stuff on the eternity playlist.
You know what? I think I'd like to make a motion for next Monday's episode that we throw out the rule of swapping the songs that we haven't heard before.
Okay.
Is that okay? Because I feel like if I go to my list on Spotify, there's just going to be some of my most favorites you're going to obviously have heard of.
Okay.
So if you're okay with that rule change and our listeners are.
The rule change is we are swapping songs
that are our favorites that we can have heard each other's songs.
Okay. And so yeah, we're just gonna rate those songs.
Yes. Yep. We'll just
Yeah.
Let's take that element out just because it's our personal favorites. I don't want us to not be able to put a favorite on there just because it was such a hit.
Okay. Sounds good. I can agree to that. And I think everybody else is in agreement too. Dave loves the theme. So yeah, I think this will be good. This will be a fun one for sure. This is gonna be hard. Oh my gosh. So many
Dave,
great songs that I love.
So many. So Dave, when you're swapping songs with us, give us your favorites. Ian, give us your favorites. Tony, give us your favorites instead of giving us favorites for each of us. Like, just give us your favorite 3 songs. Is that good too?
Yeah, I think that's good.
I'd love to hear everyone's like favorites. Choose your top 3, which is going to be so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Can never find you all on Facebook anymore.
Mark.
Oh, Mark. Well, we're streaming on Facebook. It's there.
It's there.
I see it going.
I mean, we're sorry. Facebook sometimes doesn't
like
us.
It's also possible that Facebook is blocking the stream. That's happened sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they don't like that we're playing some stuff, and they block the stream. So
that's a bummer if that's what's happening.
It definitely happens. So sorry, Mark, if you're not able to find us on Facebook, but that's why you can find us here on YouTube.
I love it. Thanks for going the extra step and finding us here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. So,
all right, everybody. Wow, what a show. Holy
next
smokes.
week, favorites of our own, swapping it to everybody. And we're just going to, what a fun playlist that'll be.
Yep.
Yay!
It is gonna be a fun one. It's definitely gonna be a good one.
And I have Tormented Giants shirt on if you want to say hi to them real quick.
Oh yes, Tormented Giants. Hey! What is up? Hey, Tormented Giants, check them out. Make sure you check them out on Spotify. They are great local band. My cousin Dennis plays bass. They are really good. I've seen them live a bunch of times. I think you guys might dig them. But yeah, check them out. Give them a follow and a listen over on Spotify, or I think they're in other spots too, but Spotify is definitely a good one.
Support them on Facebook, and I know they have a concert coming up Friday, March 8th, in New York. 8th in New York. So if you're in the area, go see them live.
NYC, yeah, in New York.
You know
definitely
what?
Check it
out. It said NYC, but then it also said something else. So I didn't write that part down. I just put New York because I was like, I don't know what that means. Well, it was like NYC, comma, something. So like, I didn't know if it meant like there was going to be 2 locations that day. So I just was going to play it cool and be like, New York.
You're just going to play it cool?
Which clearly I didn't, because I always divulge my struggles here on the show.
Yeah, actually, here it is. Upcoming shows. All right, hold on. I'm going to share it real quick just so, because what we're talking about, and I want to make sure that we get it right then. So, all right. So upcoming shows, Friday, March 8th at Olives in Nyack. That's Nyack, New York. Yeah, so Nyack is not New York City. It's like, it's in New York State. So it's like yeah. And then Saturday, April 27th at QXTS in Newark, New Jersey. So that's Newark, as we all say, Newark, not Newark. It's Newark, Newark. Right. And Saturday, June 1st at Connolly's in NYC in New York City. So that's in NYC. So definitely check out Torment of Giants anywhere you listen to music, because they are, and they're on Bandcamp too. So I know not a lot of people like to support bands on Spotify. So head over to their Bandcamp. Then you can find them on there.
Ooh,
yeah, Bandcamp.
And if you are in a band and you want us to talk about you or listen to your music because maybe we haven't heard of you, you want to send us some merch, please do. We love to support any type of music, so send it our way.
That's right. You could also sponsor the Wheel of Show Themes as well and be a sponsor of the Wheel of Show Themes. Or, if you want to join our Patreon and also say, hey, can you guys review my music? We're happy to do it. Just join our Patreon. You pick a level.
Done.
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 All right, everyone. Well, hey, this was a great show. Amanda, this was fun. Watching you watch Adam Ant is the highlight of my day. 100%. The look of joy in your face.
I found my person.
You found your person.
I'm so happy.
My wife
it
is
was
going to be
Justin.
so excited.
I'm so excited. And Tony is saying, gotta add the favorite Adam Ant songs to the wheel. I have that written down. And then Dave also said do a Prince theme. So those both will get added to the wheel for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. So we are big fans. And of course, if there's any other suggestions you have for the wheel, let us know. Go over to our Facebook group, join that, or of course you could join a Patreon account, which we have now too, and you can put suggestions there. And yes, the Patreon lets you skip the line on a show idea, so just
skip that line,
putting it out there. So, all right, everyone, this was great. We will see you next week for our favorite songs swapped. We're swapping our favorite tunes. All right, everyone, see you next week. Have a great rest of the day. As Mark Ronick says, make it a great day.
Bye, everyone.
To get notified every single time we drop a new episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown, just hit that follow button wherever you get your podcasts. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, please use the email address in our show notes and we'll get right back to you. And last but not least, please feel free to follow us over on our social accounts on Instagram and TikTok at Song Swap Showdown, or join our ever-growing community in our Facebook group by using the link in our show notes. Thanks for listening.